Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So, I just got home from seeing the musical Michael Jackson musical from the Robinson Center in downtown Broadway earlier after tonight. But before we went to the show, we kind of had some trouble getting tickets, or getting our tickets and getting our barcodes for the tickets. It took us like 2.5 hours to trying to find our bar or how to get access to our barcode to the tickets and everything, and we finally got that situated. We were originally supposed to leave sometime between 3 and 4 to go eat out somewhere, and then um, come back home, rest a little bit, and then leave for the show. But since it took us 2 hours trying to getting some help from customer service for a couple hours because it was a bunch of bogus. It managed to be okay. We got our tickets and everything. Then we went eat at the Purple Cow as our way, as a quick and easy way for us to afford a meal and stuff like that. We were originally going to go to like Egg Roll Express and eat Chinese, but we decided just to go with Purple Cow since Purple Cow has like old music you get to listen to. You can eat burgers, fries, everything you want. Well, not really everything, but somewhat everything you would crave for. So we went there and played some really good hits. I even brought a whole bunch of my CDs that I had of Michael Jackson. We were listening to some of them in the car. And the whole show is not what I expected. I thought, to be honest with you guys, that it was going to be a total like mockery or mimic or something like that, but they surprised me. The cast was awesome. The story of everything was awesome. It made me very emotional because there were some scenes there that kind of like angered and upsetted me a little bit, but they were true though. And my brother was like next to me and was like, "Dude, calm down. It's just a show." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but it hurts to see it." So saw everything. Songs were There were not all. There were some songs about Michael Jackson, but not all of them were. But it still was kind of cool. It showed you like a backstory of how he rose to fame and everything. And this takes place during the Dangerous tour, as the story complies. But it was also a cool thing. Hate to spoil the ending, but in the end, there's a scene where the actor who played as Michael jumps from the stadium, and there's like a bunch of flights and stuff, and I believe that's a reference to the 1990, I don't know remember what year, I think it's 1991, 93, somewhere around there, about the Super Bowl where Michael Jackson performed his Dangerous tour at the Super Bowl, which was a cool moment of history and everything like that. Um, Overall, performance was awesome. You bet I was dancing in there and singing my heart out to every single song that was playing. They did an awesome job honoring and paying tribute to Michael. And my grandmother was even mentioning, like when we were talking at the table at Purple Cow, like maybe it would be nice to do a Prince tribute as well. And I say so too. I mean, we always have Elvis, we always have Johnny Cash and Michael Jackson, but we don't have a Prince or anyone else famous in music industry like Michael and Elvis. I mean, out of every single show, you mostly would see is either Elvis Presley or Million Dollar Quartet or some other musical show based on a famous celebrity or a famous musician. But out of all of them, I mean, the Michael Jackson musical is top tier. I say it's worth watching. I say it's worth going, but I mean, we kind of did have a few struggles with the show, getting there and finding the tickets and everything. I hope next year, or if they're ever doing that show again, they could probably help ease the situation. But other than that, we had fun. We enjoyed ourselves. Well, I definitely enjoyed myself. The Michael Jackson musical show is worth seeing, and it's basically somewhat, to me, I feel like it's more like a somewhat preview to what you will be seeing in a biopic. Now, even though the musical is mostly focused on some acting and some music, and basically it tells one story, But the biopic with Jafar Jackson tells the whole story, or the first part of the whole story. Because from what I heard, there's going to be two parts of that movie about Michael Jackson, and I'm really excited to see the first part. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be singing my heart out or I'm gonna be emotionally attached because, like I mentioned to you guys in my last Army review video, I've been a big fan of Michael Jackson since I was little, and I still am to this day. And to be honest with you, I think the musical was perfect because of two reasons. One, Michael Jackson was not only a musician, not only a great dancer or a show entertainer, but he made music to bring us together and try to make us aware of all the wrongs and the evil that's happening in the world. And he wants us to try to be better on ourselves and everything. And with all the wars going on, all the violence, all the politics, greed, it saddens me every day. I mean, I don't. You guys may think I don't never pay attention to that, but I do. And every time I go to work, my manager talks about it, and I can't ignore it. I know I can't ignore it. I mean, I try to sometimes, and I feel bad about it. But I used to grow up in a world where, even though it was dangerous, it was not too bad like it was now, and now it is bad. We got politicians that are corrupted. We got people doing evil things and people not giving a crap about anything and not trying to help anybody or anything. Just making it worse for everybody. And there's a lot of hatred in the world. There used to be peace, and that we were in a moment of peace. But now we're just in a bunch of turmoil, and it's a lot. It's a lot for everybody, and I wish all of anybody out there, I really wish you guys have hope. I wish you guys find a way to solve your problems without using violence of any kind. I hope you guys achieve something better than what you would achieve, even if you have to get your hands dirty. I don't want your hands getting dirty. I'm not saying you should get your hands dirty to do anything, but what I'm saying is, if you want change, like Michael Jackson said, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're going to see that man in the mirror, and when you look at the man in the mirror, if you don't like the way you see it, you gotta change it. And I follow that principle my whole life. And I say, everyone who is a fan of Michael Jackson out there should take his songs, not just because of the music, not because of just the lyrics or just the dance moves. You should take the time to listen and make mental notes about his work, because his work is not only just to entertain us, to make us happy, to make us dance, to make us feel human. He wants us to listen, and he wants us to feel human, but also try to understand that in order to achieve peace, in order to achieve anything that won't result in war, pain, destruction, we must come together to solve it. But apparently, everyone's ignored that song. Everyone ignores his song sometimes. But those of you who listen to it and take a second chance to understand it, I say you guys understand. And I say you guys are the true followers of Michael Jackson. If you just followed him, not because of his music, not because of his history or his past, but focus on what he was trying to do to the world and what he left behind is all that really matters to me. And all that really matters to you. Or to the whole world, really. We should all take a chance to try to not cause more problems for ourselves and our countries. We should all solve problems in our countries, not make them worse. And if we want to solve problems, we should not use violence to solve the problem. We should use peace. And what I mean by peace, use diplomacy. If diplomacy doesn't work, try negotiations. If negotiations don't work, try a better deal, a new deal. Don't try to take things for yourself and project it on someone else or project it on your people, trying to make you make them your pawns for your problems. We're all human beings. We all deserve humanity. And if there's lack of humanity, there's lack of civilization. That's my opinion and that's my view. But technically, point is, we all are human. We should all care for each other, respect each other, not hurt and harm each other. That's all I'm really trying to say here. I wasn't trying to be political, I'm not trying to demean anyone's rights. But that is what my opinion is. And I don't care about politics. I'm just a person who wants the world to be better and safe. And I believe in God, and I want God to help us all. But there's also things in this world that we sometimes have to not only look up to God and hope that God will solve it all, but we also must try to solve it within ourselves, not depend or rely on someone else to do it for us all the time. But that's that. Overall, the show was awesome. I enjoyed it. I liked it. And I wish for more. So, for the cast and crew, if you guys ever get the chance to see this video, besides the other things I said, y'all did awesome with the show. Y'all made Michael exactly how he was portrayed as he would have been in real life. I appreciate you guys. And as for my fellow subscribers and viewers, if you guys don't like what I was talking about, you can ignore that. Don't really pay attention to it. It's just my opinion. But as for the Michael Jackson show, it's a 10 out of 10. Really want to see it again. So see you guys next time.